What's up, everybody? My name is Jonathan Casey. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel where I like to talk all things tech related. It doesn't matter if it's a camera, smartphone, or a computer. Chances are you're gonna see it on this channel. I deliver content in a unique and interesting format, and I do it every single week. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and click that subscribe button. In this video, we're talking about 20 things that you can expect from the Galaxy S20. But before we do that, leave me a comment down below. Let me know, are you planning on picking up a Galaxy S20 once it comes to market? I know I am, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this phone. However, I might be able to get an extra one for a giveaway. Also, before we dive into the video, I quickly want to let you know that everything in this video is all but confirmed. I obtained all the information from various blogs and just research that I did on my own. I'll be sure to link to the blogs in the description below. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive straight into the video. The first thing we need to talk about is pricing. The Galaxy S20 is set to start at $850, while the S20 Plus or S20 Pro will come in at $950, and the Galaxy S20 Ultra is going to come in at $1,200, give or take a few dollars. The pricing is in line with what we've seen in previous years, with a slight markup due to higher end specs and the amount of tech that's crammed into these phones, as you'll see throughout the video. The second thing is that every model is going to be 5G ready. However, there is a catch. Even though every model will be equipped with a 5G antenna, due to the ongoing rollout of 5G services, you may or may not be able to take advantage of this feature right away. Third, all the Galaxy S20 models will be equipped with the Snapdragon 865, which is going to bring a lot of improvements in performance and battery life. The Snapdragon 865 is also the reason why every model will be equipped with the 5G antenna, since Qualcomm is not making the chip available without a 5G modem. So, thanks Qualcomm. Fourth, like previous launches, we can expect new colors. In fact, with the S20 launch, we can expect 4 new colors. These colors include Cosmic Black, Cosmic Gray, Cloud Blue, and Cloud Pink. I don't have any information on whether or not it's going to be region specific, or each color is going to be region specific, or if there's even a 5th more limited color. Hopefully every color will be available globally, but we'll have to wait and see once the S20 is announced. Fifth are the new display sizes. The Galaxy S20 will feature a 6.2-inch display, the S20 Plus or Pro will have a 6.7-inch display, and finally the S20 Ultra will rock a 6.9-inch display. Let me know down below which display size you're interested in the most and why. Sixth, the Galaxy S20 will feature a new design. This design is going to be similar to the Note 10 and feature rounded corners and a more boxier design. The overall body is expected to be slightly slimmer with a single hole punch notch on the front. On the back side, we're going to get a new camera array in the shape of a rectangle, similar to the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max, as well as the Pixel 4. Also, there's not going to be a Bixby button, just like the Galaxy Note 10. Seventh are storage options. Depending on the model you pick up, your options may vary, but in general, you can expect 128, 256, and 512 gigabytes of storage configurations. The S20 will feature 128 gigs, while the S20 Plus will go up to 256, and the S20 Ultra will go up to 512. Of course, the more storage you opt for, the higher the price of the phone, and that's just a given. Eighth, all S20 models will feature a micro SD card slot with support up to 1 terabyte SD cards. I'm definitely happy to see this and hope this turns out to be true for every single model and not just the high-end variant. Ninth are the RAM configurations. Based off what I've seen, every model will come with a base configuration of 12 gigabytes of RAM, and the higher end models will go up to 16 gigs of RAM, which is just nuts. 10th are the battery sizes. The Galaxy S20 will sport a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which based on the screen size of that phone should bring amazing battery life to the smallest version of the S20. The S20 Plus will get a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, and finally the S20 Ultra will come with a whopping 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is just mind-blowing. 11th is the 120 Hz display. All the S20 models should come equipped with a 120 Hz display, which is going to be amazing, but it comes with a caveat. In order to get the smooth 120 Hz refresh rate, you'll need to use the phone in Full HD Plus, and when cranking up the resolution to Quad HD Plus, it's going to resort back to 60 Hz. I personally don't see this being a problem, but I just wanted to let you know. Either way, you can expect a best-in-class display. 12th is the in-display fingerprint reader, which will possibly be a more robust variant. Even more exciting is the possibility of 2-finger scanning. Kind of useful? 13th is Android 10 and One UI 2.0. Obviously, you can expect every S20 model to ship with the latest version of One UI 2.0 and Android 10 with all of the awesome new enhancements that we've already seen. I recently did a video showcasing some of the best One UI features, so if you're interested, click the card at the top of this video and it will take you over to that video, so that way you can be a little bit more prepared if you pick up the S20. 14th, with all of the S20 models being shipped with the latest version of One UI 2.0, you can expect new features on top of that. One of these features is Quick Share, which should function similar to AirDrop on Apple devices. Of course, this will be within the Samsung ecosystem, in other words, Samsung to Samsung when it comes to devices, but hopefully thanks to Samsung's partnership with Microsoft, we'll be able to get this on Windows PCs later on in the future. Fingers crossed. 15th are the new cameras. Each model is slightly different, so I'm going to break it down by variant. The Galaxy S20 will feature a 12 megapixel main shooter, a 64 megapixel telephoto with 3 times optical zoom and 30 times digital zoom, and finally a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. On the front, we're looking at a 10 megapixel front facing selfie shooter. The S20 Plus or Pro will feature the same 12 megapixel main shooter, 64 megapixel telephoto with the same impressive zoom features, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and it's going to add a time of flight sensor behind here as well. On the front, we're looking at the same 10 megapixel front facing camera. Before looking at the S20 Ultra, I just want to quickly mention one thing that really stood out to me after reading these leaked specs with the new 12 megapixel main camera on both of these phones. The 12 megapixel main camera should be much better at low light versus the S10 thanks to the pixel size increase to 1.8 microns up from 1.4. Finally, the S20 Ultra will feature a whopping 108 megapixel main camera, but will output 12 megapixel photos due to the 9:1 binning process, or better known as oversampling. This should result in richer, sharper, and more detailed photographs with less noise. It will feature a 48 megapixel telephoto camera with 10 times optical zoom and 100 times digital zoom. Wow. It will also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera and a time of flight sensor. On the front, we're looking at a huge 40 megapixel front facing camera, so you can see all my pores and all my boogers. All I know is that the S20 is shaping up to have the best camera on any phone released worldwide. 16th, 8K video up to 30 frames per second. I'm still curious if this is actually going to output 8K video or if it's going to compress 8K to 4K, similar to what Sony cameras have been doing with 6K video. We'll have to see, but either way, it's definitely exciting. My biggest concern are bit rates. In order to record a good looking 8K video with plenty of information, you would need 4 times the bit rate of 4K. Luckily, thanks to HEVC H.265 recording formats, this definitely can help with the massive data rates that would traditionally be required for H.264 recordings. We'll have to see how this plays out, but either way, it's really, really interesting, and I can't wait to try it out. 17th, 4K Super Steady video. If you've used the 1080p Super Steady video on the S10 Plus or Note 10, then you know that it's almost magical how stable that footage looks. Now just imagine the same Super Steady footage, but in 4K. This is gonna be awesome. 18th, another feature that will get carried over from the Note 10 is the zoom in microphone feature. When paired with the incredible optical and digital zoom features of these new cameras, this could easily be a huge addition to the S20. I'm really excited. Finally, the 20th thing are the new camera modes. These include single take mode, which will ask you to pan around your subject with the phone, and then the camera's automatically going to take photos and videos at random. Sounds interesting. Next is the revival of the Pro Video mode. I'm hoping it brings new enhancements from the previous Pro mode for video, and Samsung didn't just get rid of this with One UI, only to bring it back as a selling point for a new phone. That'd be kind of whack. Lastly is the director view mode, which will allow you to record with each of the rear cameras at the same time. This is similar to what Apple demoed with the iPhone 11 Pro. However, the biggest difference is the fact that you don't need a third-party app to accomplish this feature since it's built right into the stock camera. So there you go. That was 20 things that you can expect out of the Galaxy S20. This is shaping up to be the phone of my dreams, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. But what do you think of the Galaxy S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra? sound off down below in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe for more S20 content and also for my S20 event coverage, which is coming up in the coming weeks. I'm really excited. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you amazing individuals in the next one.